Hey guys, today we're taking a look at 55% level 1 links LR Carnival Wrathful Broly. Let's go ahead and quickly take a look at what he does and then we'll jump in. Leader skill is Exploding Rage, 4 key, 220% stats. Now we're going to be running him on his own team. This is what I always do for new big time characters that have leader skills that are not bad. Um, there's a limited number of characters we could run on Exploding Rage, but we'll try it. Super attack effects. We have 12 key, the gigantic impact. He is going to be not massively, sorry, raising attack and defense permanently, doing colossal damage. That should be a 20% permanent stack on that. And then the 18 key, which is the anger shout, is also raising attack and defense by 20% permanently and doing mega colossal damage. So obviously he's a double stacker, which is really good for long events such as festival. Passive here activates the interest animation upon the character's entry. He gets 40% damage reduction in 4 key for 1 turn, and then 30% damage reduction in 3 key for 3 turns. So this is kind of just to help him establish himself with the stacking, with the extra stats that he's going to be getting through the rest of his passive here before it kind of just tapers off later on. Basic effects, he's getting 260% attack and defense, and he has guard. For every attack performed, 1 key up to 5, 50% defense up to 400%, and then chance of performing a crit by 20% up to 100%. So definitely don't need to worry about giving this guy a crit because he's eventually just going to have guaranteed crits from that. For every attack received, he's getting 1 key up to 5, 40% attack up to 300%, and then launched an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack up to 4 times. This could be a problem, this one right here, right? Needing to get hit to get extra attacks, because what you'd want to do with the character, and this is something that we'll talk about as we jump into the showcase itself, you want to put him in slot 1 right away so that you can get the additional attacks on turn 1, so that you can get stacking right away, but sometimes it doesn't work out the greatest, and I could already picture that being a potential issue for the character. For every super attack the enemy launches at the character, he's getting a permanent 30% attack and defensive buff. If you guys remember back to actually the same slot character from last year, AGL Carnival Jiren, once you transform with him into full power Jiren, he actually has like a very similar mechanic to this. So kind of is interesting that they decided to go with the same exact mechanic 2 years in a row in the same slot. When receiving an unarmed super attack, great chance of nullifying it. Attack plus 260% temporarily and counters with tremendous power. If they're going to do this, I don't understand the concept behind giving them a great chance for this. This should just be guaranteed. If you're comfortable giving this a 70% chance to proc, just make it 100%. It's just that simple. All right, then we have the active skill Pure Heart and Wrathful Power. Can be activated starting from the 3rd turn from the character's entry turn, so his second appearance essentially. Massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to enemy. He gets 60% defense and a scouter for 1 turn. So you can use this as a way to kind of just scouter fish and then reset the turn to refresh his active skill if you want to. All right, and then the links, we have Saiyan Warrior Race, Prodigies, Berserker, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, and then here are his categories. So like I said, I always like to use the character on their own team for the showcase featuring the unit because I think the leader skill of the character is going to be important, especially for a carnival character. I just, Exploding Rage, I would not consider to be like a crazy good a good team here. There actually is a concern here for the Blues. And the reason why I say this is because if the Blues aren't being ran with another future character, then you want to have a full super class rotation, which is not going to be the case here because we have double Broly. So like, I feel like I have to run the Blues because they're too good not to run, but they're actually not going to have like their full conditions up on this team, which is not good. And then we have characters like Path to Power Kid Goku, who could be good, but he can also get blasted. Beast Gohan is definitely just old at this point. So we'll see. We will see. We're going to jump into the second stage of the special battle event. Uh, we'll just jump in and we'll talk about the issues here. Friend Broly is also 55%. I might need to not We'll do one run in here, and I might need to change events, but let's just say that. Okay, let's go ahead and see the intro and stuff like that. Okay, so right away, here is a problem with Broly. And it's really, you know, I wouldn't really consider this to be some, like, oh my god, massive design flaw with the character. He's, like, not runnable. But specifically for this stage in particular, by the way, that battle motion looks very good. So let's watch that one more time. Yeah, that does look very good. Specifically for this fight in particular, because of the way that this works, where the Vegeta will 100% of the time be supering in slot 1 and he's stunning, if we put Broly in slot 1, which is what they want you to do with the character, right, to build him up right away, he's just going to get stunned, and you're not going to be able to attack with him, which means A, you're not going to be stacking from a super tech effect, and then B, you're not going to be stacking from his passive. So I could put him here, and he probably will be able to eat these hits. You know, he'll take damage, but I don't think he'd die here. I don't think. So I could do this, but it won't really help us progress Broly at all. So I'm going to have to put Beast here. Could Beast even survive this? I would hope so. We'll see. We'll put Beast here, and again, it's just, I don't know. Again, we'll need to jump into a different fight, I think, for Broly, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. Let's do this. Let's see how this goes. Is Beast just dead? Is he dead as a doornail here? Okay, no super from Goku. Zero. Okay. How much does Broly take from this? Okay, we lived for now. Yeah. This is, would you guys say we're doing a lot of damage out here? Maybe I just can't run this team. Exploding Rage is just not good. Yeah, I mean, I have to do this. I think we're cooked. Just gotta dodge everything. Dodge. Alright. This is going to be good because this gives a lot of defense to the rotation. I think Broly should be okay here. And then starting from next turn, we can start using his active skill just to get the Scouter in defense. I think we should be okay, because we got the extra defense from the blues. Yeah. This is rough. Alright, let's just do it. See what we're working with here. Alright, so this is after one super. We're at 960k. Yeah. Because he's only rocking, what is it, 30% damage reduction here? Yeah, 30% damage reduction with guard. That's just not enough. I mean, we have to use Beast Active, right? I'm going to reset and use Beast Active here. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. I might as well pop the Kid Goku active too, why not? Just do it. Let's get as much healing as possible here. Five is good, get the healing off of that too. Can Beast live with his active up? He should be able to, right? Yeah, nice. Alright, Broly. Give us a couple supers here. Okay, that's good. Ooh, nice. Triple. Alright, little damage there. We're fine. Actually, if Goku supers again, we're dead, right? Okay, we're dead. Okay. Great. Well, I guess we'll be right back. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually switch teams to the Golden Frieza and Gogeta team, and we're going to jump into the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta fight. This should be a much better fight for Broly. I would like to get him turn 1. Let's see if that happens. Turn 1? No. Do I want to just reset until we get him turn 1? I think I actually do. I'll be right back. Alright, only took about 7 resets, but we got him. Turn 1. Looks like rotations are actually pretty good. So that's good. Let's go. This is really good. This fight is going to be really good for Broly because we can just simply do this. And we know that we're fine. Actually, I am a little bit concerned about this guy. Oh boy. Does he might just die, actually. Maybe I don't run this guy on the team, actually. Ooh. Let's just play it out. If he dies, I'm just gonna take him off the team. Need to make sure we super with him, right? Is this enough? Let's do this. Just give him all the key. Make sure we get him as many supers as possible. He's taking damage. Okay. Obviously didn't want to use the Golden Frieza active here because that would make sure that Broly doesn't attack. Or get the additionals, right? Yeah, 500 normals. Good. Love that. Alright, he should be fully built up, essentially, in terms of being hit. I think Vegeta's gonna die here. I think Vegeta's dead. Unless he gives us a quad, I guess. A quad, he'd probably be alright. Well, maybe not. Nah, I think he's dead. I think he's dead no matter what. Maybe we take this guy off the team, actually. Alright, give me that 4th super. Okay, I mean, if he dies to this, then there's nothing we could have done. We got perfect RNG. I guess he could dodge. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. We got perfect RNG. Yeah, we don't need to do anything here. A little low on HP, though. Should I be concerned about Gohan in slot 3? This guy's fine, right? There's no way. He's definitely fine. This Gohan's really never let me down. Yeah, he's really good. Okay. Now we can play the game. Full heal from this. $900K. Let's do this. Broly's gonna be fine. Gonna get all the defense from Gogeta here. Yeah, once you get to like turn 3 with the Gogeta and Broly combo, it's like you're pretty much good to go. Because I could have also popped Broly's active here. I don't think I needed to, which is why I didn't. Alright, Broly. 19. Still a little low. Yeah, we need supers. Just keep supering. Keep supering. No. No. Dude. Okay. If he's going to do that, then we have no chance. He should still eat this, though, right? There's no way. There's no way he dies to this. Wow. He took a lot more than I thought he'd take. That was a lot. I think I'm going to active next turn with Gogeta. Remember, that super attack also did give him a permanent 30% stat buff, though, which is good. I don't even need to use the active here. Just do this. And we know Golden Freeze is fine. Okay, next turn I think we'll pop Broly's active. Broly is going to be one of these characters that's like super high variance because his additionals are only a 50% chance to be supers. Honestly, the funny thing about it though is like I'd rather it be 50% than 70%, just because if it was 70%, they would have nerfed him somewhere else in his kit, and failing 70% just feels way worse. But it's, you know, it's just gonna come down to whether or not you end up hitting the 50%. It's just coin flips every time, right? Alright. This actually, could this do damage? It could. Yeah, a little bit. We were under 50% HP there. Alright, so what is our defense going to look like here next turn when we use the active? Remember, it gives a huge buff, 60% defense. So Broly here is up to 2 million. We've done 4 supers. 9 attacks and 4 supers is terrible. That is awful. That's really bad. Okay, I mean, we already saw the animation, so we can just pop this here. This should do decent damage, I think. It's not bad. Alright, so now he's up to 3.3 million. You know what? Let's put him in slot 1 just to see what this looks like. Now at this point, we no longer have any damage reduction because his intros have worn off. So this is just 3.3 million defense with guard, and that's it. Of course, we're going to get some more defense from stacks once we attack here, but I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Let's get a max key. And then I'll just do this with Gogeta. Why not? Yeah, this is fine. Let's do this with Gogeta. Gohan, only 4 orbs, alright. Alright, Broly. Show us what you got. 26. Not super great. He is guaranteed critting, though. Yep, here we go. Normal every attack. There's a super. 3 super. I guess 3 supers is not bad. I'll take that. Alright, how do we do here? Yeah. Like, I understand that he's only 55%. If he was Rainbow, I imagine he probably lives that, but he probably, even at Rainbow, still takes, like, very significant damage there. Ah. I don't know, guys. That's not particularly impressive to me. Really not. What would I change with him? I'm not gonna jump back in. I'm just gonna open up his page here. What would I change about this guy? Um, I don't know about him losing all of his damage reduction, right? Because if you take a look at like every main recent character, like all the global Dokkan celebration characters. We had the Gohan, the LR Gohan, Trunks, and Goten. Now we have a Golden Frieza and Gogeta. Every single one of those characters has massive, massive damage reduction. Every single one. So when you try and introduce a character like this to the game to be competitive, that has essentially, good damage reduction initially, but then he ends up having zero, like actually zero damage reduction anywhere, it makes it so hard to compete because think about just if you just think about how insane 50% damage reduction is. You have a boss who's supering, let's just say for 9 million damage. You having 50% damage reduction means the boss is only supering for 4.5 million. And then you start factoring in your guard and your defense and all the other defensive abilities. You just start by cutting the boss's damage in half. Broly doesn't have anything like that, so he's simply relying on his raw defense to do that, which doesn't work. It really just does. It honestly just straight up almost doesn't work in this day and age. You have to have damage reduction in some way, I think, to survive and just be able to tank hits. So it's yeah. I mean, and keep in mind that was also with the active skill up. The active skill gives him 60% defense for the turn. I'm not particularly impressed here. I think this character will be fun in long content, especially like festival. This is definitely where this character is meant to perform, especially now that we have the missions for festival. It's clear that they designed this guy to be used there. But I think in addition to him building up defense here for doing attacks, I think it could have also been really cool if he built up some damage reduction. He doesn't need 80% damage reduction. He could maybe build up to like 40%. Maybe it's like 5% damage reduction per attack or something. And you need to do 8 attacks to build up to 40%. Like it could literally just be this, but you just take a 0 off of it. Right? Instead of building 50% to 400%, he builds 5% to 40% damage reduction with every attack done. But honestly, that might be enough to fix the character, I think. And if you do that, he's looking really good. I mean, that's really all he needs. Damage wise, I feel like he's probably just fine. He's going to look a lot more impressive, obviously, or offensively once we get him Rainbow to max links. But there is Carnival LR Wrathful Broly. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.